I'm now standing inside County Electric Company and delighted to be joined with Greg O'Brien, who's the Vice President here. And Greg, we're going to be talking about some of the things that you work on here and what you're offering to consumers, both industrial and residential. But first, a little bit about your background. How did you get into this business?
Got into the business by mistake. I worked for a beer distributor going through college, answered an ad to manage a beer distributorship. Received a phone call. The gentleman also operated a electrical representative business. So I was fortunate enough to land a job as the warehouse manager, managing me, myself, and I, and kind of progressed through the industry. That was about 31 years ago.
And how long have you been with County?
I've been with County about 13 and a half years. And
let's talk about this particular company, its roots, its history, and its market niche.
It was started in 1955 by Dr. Hafter. Rob Hafter, his son, is now president and CEO of the company. So we're in our second generation. We have about 95 employees. We're headquartered here in Lansdale, 4 regional locations. We have a high-tech group in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, a division over in New Jersey, which is Fairlight Electric Supply, and the original headquarters in Philadelphia, which is ESCO Electric Supply.
And of course, to the consumer, the notion of decorative lighting, if you're doing some remodeling or moving into a new home, clearly your showroom can offer that. But I think really for today, as we talk about the governor's special session on energy, is the technology behind efficiency in lighting, and particularly from an industrial perspective, a commercial perspective, where you see trends going, not only with technology, but in the marketplace. I firmly believe that we need to listen intently to entrepreneurs such as yourself and the folks in this company, and then shape policy from that perspective. So what are some of the trends, Greg, that you're seeing, particularly in the industrial sector?
Well, in the industrial commercial sector, there are a couple trends. One is partnering. We've partnered with a couple of very strong companies, along with our equipment offering. We have a technical background. We have an energy solutions group. Along with that, we partnered with Sylvania. Sylvania is a large international manufacturer of lamps, ballasts, and we also partnered with Enterprise Global Technologies, located in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Enterprise is very heavily entrenched in the demand response, demand side programs, if you will, web applications, demand response. They are a full member of PJM, the grid operator. So we can partner our customers, our customer base, with our products, and Enterprise and Sylvania, and offer a very solid package as far as energy savings, and also a revenue stream through demand response or load curtailment programs through PJM.
And of course, you know, we will talk about in this broadcast the different fuel mixes that result in the generation of power and what's the most economic and environmentally best fuel mix to go. But we also have to deal with the demand side of the issue. Now, in Pennsylvania, demand is growing about 1.5% a year. And when you consider the fact that our population is stagnant, we don't have population growth, that demand is happening primarily in the private sector, industrial sector, commercial sector. So you mentioned some web-based applications and technologies, and I know you have some here, so why don't we review some of those and talk about them while we're looking at them.
Right, yeah, more on the, excuse me, the basic commercial industrial. Actually, it would also apply to residential. Watt Stopper has a display here. These are typical applications. Could be a school, could be an office building. There are 2 different types of sensors, and also what we call dual technology sensor. We have the infrared, which picks up the body motion, and the ultrasonic will actually pick up a noise. So if you're in a particular area where you have body motion, the ultrasonic is where you have body motion. The infrared would be fine.
So let me ask you a question. I would define these as an old tech guy as the front end.
That's very much.
Let's talk a little bit about the back end. Let's say your company is pitching a major industrial client looking for a plant expansion or a warehouse development or something. How do you come in and work with that particular client to ensure that they're maximizing their dollars while at the same time minimizing demand for electricity?
Our initial approach would be to offer an audit, to go in to do an assessment of the client's facility, to take a look at their infrastructure, which would include, electric, lighting, HVAC, mechanical, and also building envelope, roofs, doors, and windows. We would do an assessment. Typically, we would do an audit, and there are different levels of audits. A basic audit would give very basic information. You also have an investment grade audit, which means you're very serious about energy, and you're actually looking to invest and we can make certain qualifications and guarantees based on an investment grade audit, such as you would save, if you do X, you would save Y per month. Based over a time period of 5, 10, 15 years, you would save Y, which would pay for the project itself, so you wouldn't have to use capital.
Now, are there international or national standards that one could work to? So once you've gone through the audit phase, you could not only have a return on investment over time, as you described, but you could also work to a standard of energy efficiency. Are there such things?
Yes, there is a primary standard called LEED. That's Leadership in Environmental and Energy Development, and that is probably the most common.